I wouldn't have said so, no. Not really. But no, I don't get the feeling that she's wildly optimistic about life. A pragmatist, I think.
Princess Anne has apparently been captured on camera making a startling statement that might rekindle controversy within the royal family and call into question the fundamental foundation of the monarchy's future, in a completely shocking turn of events that has sent shockwaves across the British monarchy. Princess Anne was recorded declaring, in a moment that is currently going viral on social media and in media outlets, what many have been whispering for years, but have never dared to utter in public: Camilla is not queen. Those in attendance responded instantly with silence, gasps, and amazement. This was not only out of character for the typically quiet and perfectly orderly Princess Anne, but it was also highly symbolic. Because it's not just a slip of the tongue when the Princess Royal, who is renowned for her sense of duty, poise, and unwavering devotion to the crown, openly challenges Queen Camilla's title. It's a declaration with weight, authority, and centuries of royal context. Let's go back a bit. We must go back at the history of this uncomfortable royal dynamic, which has been simmering since Charles and Camilla's relationship first surfaced, in order to comprehend why these 6 words have caused such a stir. One of the most dedicated and discreet members of the royal family has always been Princess Anne. She has rarely been linked to scandal, in contrast to several of her siblings. She is seen as a person who values custom, devotion, and service. She exudes calm strength. Growing up next to her brother Charles, she has witnessed the rise, fall, and rebuilding of the monarchy in the eyes of the British people over her decades of public service. However, Anne's reverence for her late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, and her strong commitment to the principles her mother stood for have remained constant. The stress really starts at this point, because Camilla Parker Bowles and Anne have never been close. Their relationship has frequently been characterized as cordial but distant by royal insiders. Anne is said to have avoided getting involved in what she perceived to be a private but contentious affair throughout the years, when Charles and Camilla's relationship was the subject of great scrutiny, particularly after his marriage to Princess Diana ended. However, some close to the royal family say that within palace walls, Anne never really came to terms with Camilla's transformation from the other woman to queen consort, and then to the far more straightforward and potent title of Queen Camilla. Therefore, it was not surprising that the video footage went viral after Princess Anne's open comments during a supposedly private engagement were captured on camera. A small number of reporters and guests at an event honoring British equestrian excellence reportedly approached Anne, a world she is well versed in. When one of the guests allegedly mentioned Queen Camilla in casual conversation, Anne reportedly tightened her face and said, "Camilla is not queen." The words were silent but clear. Her tone, which is forceful, precise, and incisive when Anne isn't making jokes, was captured by cameras. Some people in the audience chuckled uneasily, speculating that it may have been a joke. Others, however, claimed that her expression sent a different message. Then there was stillness. The moment was suspended. The anxiety was nearly palpable. Within hours, royal commentators from all over the world had shared, examined, and debated the video. According to some, Anne was just making reference to the conventional interpretation of royal titles, which states that Camilla is queen consort by convention rather than queen regnant like Elizabeth II. But according to some, this was more than just a technicality. They think this was a purposeful, subdued statement that expressed Anne's innermost thoughts and possibly even the annoyance that other family members felt. Princess Anne is renowned for her directness, after all. She doesn't hold back. She actually has a reputation in the royal circle for speaking her mind, even if it causes discomfort to others. This statement couldn't have come at a more incendiary moment. Unity within the royal family has never been more crucial, as King Charles struggles with health concerns and the monarchy comes under increasing pressure for its continued relevance. However, this little statement, just 6 words, threatens to reignite the scars that the monarchy has spent decades trying to mend. Many royal observers think Anne's steadfast devotion to her late mother, Queen Elizabeth, was the driving force behind her remark. It's no secret that Camilla's public persona and Elizabeth II had a complex relationship. She opposed giving Camilla the full title of queen for many years. In actuality, it was long believed that Camilla would become princess consort, not queen, when Charles ascended to the throne. This didn't alter until the Queen's final days, when Elizabeth made a statement stating that she hoped Camilla would be known as Queen Consort when the time came. Even so, it is generally accepted that this was more of a practical and obligatory deed than a show of affection. It wasn't necessarily a reflection of how the Queen felt about Camilla. Rather, it was her method of guaranteeing stability for Charles's rule. Princess Anne's comment becomes extremely important at this point. "No, this is not what Mother wanted," she seems to be saying, drawing a line in the sand. This isn't how things should be. Naturally, as is typically the case when scandal erupts, the palace has said nothing on the subject. A resolute no comment has been the official royal answer. But you can image the panic behind closed doors. It is a public relations nightmare for a senior royal to be discovered disputing the validity of the Queen's title and contradicting the official position. According to people close to Buckingham Palace, the incident deeply hurt King Charles. In addition to undermining Camilla's authority, it was from his own sister, whom he had known and depended on throughout his life. When it comes to the royal work ethic, Anne has always been one of Charles's strongest supporters. The two have dedicated their lives to carrying on their mother's legacy, and they both have a great deal of respect for their positions. However, as history demonstrates, familial conflicts can persist even within royal circles. This might not be about Camilla specifically for Anne. Rather, it might be about what the monarchy stands for. Titles like Queen are sacrosanct to her, not merely symbolic. They are won throughout decades of devotion, sacrifice, and duty. She may also believe that Camilla hasn't really earned that privilege, at least not in the same manner as her mother. There has been a strong public response. Anne's honesty has been commended by some, who have referred to her as the last true royal, who speaks the truth without political bias. She is accused by others of being rude, outdated, or even envious of Camilla's recent success. What's really amazing, though, is that Princess Anne has previously been observed sharing her raw opinions. Her body language has spoken louder than words in many subtle but telling instances throughout the years. For instance, keen-eyed spectators saw that Anne seemed aloof during scenes including Camilla during significant royal occasions, such as the coronation of King Charles III. Even though she was kind, her face was always distinctly austere when Camilla was in the spotlight. Not to mention the notorious seating incident in which Camilla's family members were assigned prominent seats, while Anne was arranged in a fashion that appeared to reflect her decreased visibility. During a number of these occasions, royal observers observed that Anne appeared uninterested, which fueled rumors that she disapproved of Camilla's relatives' increasing influence in royal circles. This new caught-on-camera moment, however, is unique. It's honest, unscripted, and unvarnished, a genuine look into the inner workings of royal diplomacy. Additionally, it places Buckingham Palace in a very challenging situation. They raise awareness of it if they address it. They run the risk of letting rumors get out of hand if they ignore it. Naturally, the internet has done what it always does, transforming a brief video clip into a worldwide discussion. Theories, memes, and video abound on social media. Some contend that Anne was just following royal custom. Others think that years of silent annoyance were reflected in the passionate outburst. Whatever the reality, this incident has reignited a broader discussion about what it means to be queen in the contemporary monarchy. Camilla's transformation from public disdain to royal approval is among the most impressive image restorations in contemporary history. Previously seen as the antagonist in the Diana saga, she is now formally acknowledged as Queen Camilla, representing the monarchy at state functions and even performing important ceremonial duties. Over time, her public persona has softened. She is now regarded as pleasant, personable, and subtly supportive of the king. However much work is put into rebranding, Princess Diana's ghost will always be there. Many Britons, particularly those from older generations, have never entirely accepted Camilla as queen. They will always view Diana as the people's princess, and Camilla's accession to the throne serves as a reminder of tumultuous periods in the history of the monarchy. And that's where Anne's remark really gets to you, because it validates the underlying uneasiness for many people. The one person who personifies royal duty and discipline seems to have expressed what the people have been thinking all along, that there is something wrong with this title. Royal experts are rushing to control the fallout as the video keeps getting out. According to some insiders, Buckingham Palace may attempt to downplay the incident by presenting it as a miscommunication or a misheard remark. Others think Anne will stick to her never complain, never explain stance and just decline to remark. And to be honest, that might be the best course of action. because anything she says at this point will just make the situation worse. Even though this moment was brief, it has become part of the continuing drama surrounding the House of Windsor, and the public's obsession with royal tension is unquenchable. But one can only image the strain behind the scenes. Royal parties and family feasts must feel colder than before. Charles may be extremely hurt by his sister's treachery, particularly at a time when he is attempting to project a unified royal front. For Camilla, it serves as another reminder that even with her title and crown, real acceptance can still be elusive. However, this may not even be a matter of personal preference for Princess Anne. Perhaps it is a defense of the values that the monarchy once upheld. She is a woman who has dedicated her life to service without controversy, without ostentation, and without pursuing attention. She opens hospitals, rides horses, and goes to innumerable events without complaining. Royal titles are sacred to her. They must have some significance. She might also feel driven to speak the truth if she witnesses someone, regardless of who it is, occupying that place without having undergone the same lifetime test of dedication. This royal rift is not the first and will not be the last. It has been far worse for the Windsors. Under the facade of pomp and circumstance, the monarchy has always been a divided house, from the 1936 abdication crisis to the turmoil of the Diana years. This time, however, it feels different since the division isn't based on scandal or politics. It has to do with truth, titles, and legacy. The palace will probably hope that the story goes away once the next news cycle begins, but this moment will linger in the back of your mind. Because Princess Anne has rekindled a centuries-old debate about who is deserving of the throne with just 6 words. Upholding tradition and unity is crucial for the monarchy. However, no royal declaration can completely hide the fissures that are shown when even the most disciplined family member starts to doubt what is real and what isn't. Perhaps this explains why this narrative has such a profound impact on individuals all throughout the world. Because the truth is more important than titles or ritual. About a sister who, even when the cameras were rolling, couldn't hide her true feelings. There is no doubt that the world was listening, regardless of whether Anne's remarks were planned or unplanned. The curtain of royal perfection has now been raised for the first time in a long time, demonstrating once more how human the drama is even beyond the palace walls. Princess Anne, on the other hand, has returned to her responsibilities with her usual composure and has refused to join in the commotion. Her ability to express her truth and then just go on is possibly her greatest strength. However, this drama is far from over for everyone who is watching, including political experts and royal enthusiasts. Because the monarchy's image will continue to be torn between tradition and change as long as there is uncertainty about who should hold the throne and who does. It's possible that Princess Anne intended to remind everyone that the term queen used to imply something sacred, and that neither time nor power nor public opinion can alter that fact.